Now as you see that these arrows here shows you the direction of the work. I'm going to start from here, chaining the number of my stitches, which I have done it in other the previous other squares, which is 26 of course, and then chain 1. This chain here is not counted as 1. It's only meant for the height of my row. And start to do this shape, which means half double crochet all along the 26 chains. Then chain 1, and don't forget to chain 1 at the beginning of every row and mark it in order not to get in it. And do another row for half double crochet. These 2 rows are the base of our stitch. Then chain 1 and do this variation of half double crochet and half double front post. I will show you this new stitch, and the symbol of this stitch is this half double and is done with the other row. Of course I'm gonna show you because sometimes the chart doesn't say much about the stitch itself. Now I will start. As you already know, I have chained 26 chains with 4.5 millimeter hook, 1 millimeter bigger than the yarn recommends, and I'm going to change my hook into 4 millimeter. Now I'm going to chain 1 for the height, mark this, chain 1, not to insert my hook in it, and do half double crochet. I'm going to yarn over, insert the hook in the first chain, and do, I have 3 loops, just yarn over and pull through all these 3 loops and work the whole row as half double crochet. Now I have reached the end of my row, and I'm going to do this last one, half double crochet. Then chain 1 and turn and mark this chain in order not to insert my hook in it. And I'm going to repeat my row and do half double crochet in both loops like this. Another row of half double crochet. Now I have reached the end of my row, and just make sure, for those who find it difficult to straight their edges, this is the chain that I did for chaining 1 for the height with the stitch marker. I have here the last chain in the row here, but sometimes it's a little bit tricky to find it because it's just get aside like this. So you have to find it and just do your last half double crochet, and this gets your work straight like this. So I'm going to chain 1, turn my work, mark this stitch, and start doing the row which has the new stitch for us. In my design, I worked the first 3 stitches half double crochet, 1, 2, and 3. Then I do 1 stitch of half double front post like this. I have here the next stitch, which is I'm supposed to insert my hook in. I'm going to leave this stitch here and this whole row and return to my first row of half double crochet and count 3 stitches, 1, 2, and 3. These are the 3 stitches that I have already done in my 3rd row here. Now I'm going to take my hook insert it in this space after the third one. Don't know if it's clear here. 1, 2, and 3. I'm going to insert it here in this space here between the stitches, and just insert my hook like this, and from the back I'm going to insert it right after in front of this stitch like this. So again, I have counted 1, 2, 3. These are the 3 stitches that I have made here. 1, 2, 3. Now I'm going to insert my hook around the 4th stitch here like this. This is my 4th stitch. I'm going to insert the hook in this space around it and use my hook like this. So I'm going to yarn over, leave this next stitch, insert my hook in this previous one, the first row that I have made, around the stitch like this, yarn over, taking the yarn under the stitch and like this. Now pull the yarn up until I reach the same height of my 3rd row like this, which creates a loop or a very good stitch here like this. Now I'm going to do a half double crochet, but I have here, you have to bear in mind that this stitch here, the 4th one, I'm going to leave because I have already done the Alpine stitch in this stitch. So I have here the number of the stitch 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now I'm going to leave this stitch here and insert my hook in the next one, yarn over and do a half double crochet. Now another half double crochet and another half double crochet, 3 half double crochet after this stitch. See? Now I'm going to do another Alpine stitch. I'm going to count from here, the first row, 1, 2, 3, and decide my 4th chain here and just yarn over. This is my 4th chain. I'm going to insert my hook from here and just pull it out here, and with these 2 fingers I'm going to hold this stitch like this, yarn over and pull the yarn. Now yarn over and pull through all these loops. You have here your stitch. I'm going to leave this chain here, this stitch, and just do another half double crochet in the next one and repeat this Alpine stitch. Yarn over, leave this one and insert your hook under the next, yarn over and pull through under it, pull your yarn to match the height of your row, yarn over and pull through all 3 loops like this. Now yarn over, leave chain or stitch and insert your hook in the next one and do another half double crochet. So you are doing 1 modified Alpine stitch and 1 half double crochet, 1 modified Alpine stitch and 1 half double crochet. Now I'm going to repeat this one 3 times. Leave one and insert your hook around the next one, yarn over and pull through, yarn over and pull through all 3. Now I am going to do 2 half double crochet. Leave this stitch here, insert your hook in the next one and do a half double crochet and another half double crochet in the next one. Then I'm going to skip 2 chain from the previous row or the first row. Now I'm going to insert my hook under the third stitch and do a modified Alpine stitch like this. Now leave this stitch here and do half double crochet in the next. Do another Alpine stitch, skip this stitch here and do an Alpine stitch. Now skip this one and just insert your hook in this one here and do a half double crochet and another Alpine stitch, and just leave this behind and do 3 half double crochet. I'm going to finish my Alpine stitch with skipping 3 from this row, 1 2 3, and do the last modified Alpine stitch here and just leave this stitch which behind this Alpine stitch and then do 3 half double crochet to finish your row. Now you have finished row 3. To start row 5, I'm going to chain 1, mark the stitch, and do all the row of half double crochet. Now I'm going to chain 1, turn my work, and this is the front face of my work here. I'm going to start with 3 half double crochet all the time. I'm going to start my front row, my front side with 3 half double crochet at the very beginning and do an Alpine modified stitch. Yarn over. This time I'm going to insert my hook in here under this Alpine stitch that I did, like this. Yarn over, insert your hook under this and make a front post. Yarn over and pull through and just pull the yarn until you reach the height of your row. Yarn over and pull through all these loops. I'm going to skip this stitch here and insert my hook in the next one and do, this time I'm doing 2 only half double crochet. Now I'm going to do a modified Alpine stitch in here in the third row. I'm not going to use these 2 rows. I'm going to just skip this row under this stitch, which is I'm supposed to insert my hook in this row. No, I'm going to skip this row and insert my hook under this stitch here. 1, as you can see, 1 2, and this is the third one before this Alpine stitch. Yarn over, insert your hook under it like this, yarn over and pull through and just pull until you reach the height. Use your thumb and your middle finger just to hold the yarn. Yarn over and pull through all 3 loops. You have another modified Alpine stitch. Now I'm going to skip this stitch, yarn over and do half double crochet in the next and do 1 Alpine stitch, 1 half double crochet, 1 Alpine stitch, 1 half double crochet, like this. I'm not going to insert my hook in this Alpine stitch because I have already done this half double crochet as above it, a modified Alpine stitch in here under this stitch here. Skip stitch, do a half double crochet skip these and insert your hook in these, between these two, under this stitch here. Now do another half double crochet, and you reach this space here where you have 2 half double crochet in between these 2 alpine stitch. I'm going to do 2 alpine stitch in each of this. In each one, of course, I'm going to do only one, like this, and just insert your hook under and do this. Now I'm going to skip these 2 stitches, this one and the one beside, because I have made 2 alpine stitches. Now I'm going to do half double crochet and an alpine stitch in this stitch between these 2. Now skip one and do a half double crochet, and with this one between these 2, and skip one and do half double crochet. Just you need it's so simple once you get it, and just do 2 half double crochet, skip this and do 2 only. So I reached here this alpine stitch, and I'm going to do 1 in front of it. Under this alpine, I'm going to insert my hook and just pull the yarn and do half double crochet. Now end my row with 3 half double crochet. Just manage your last stitch, chain 1, turn your work, do a whole row of half double crochet. Now I have reached the end of my row, and you can see that this stitch is a little bit twisted to the side. You just need to see it. That's why I advise beginners to use this stitch marker. Now I'm going to chain 1 and do my 3rd row, which is the last row before ending this unit. Now I'm going to start with 3 half double crochet, I'm going to do 1 modified alpine stitch in front post here under this one, yarn over and pull through, yarn over and pull through all these 3, which gives you this line here, which like the border of my variation inside the square. Now I'm going to do 3 half double crochet, skip this one here, this one, and insert your hook in the next one. Do 3, then you are going to work in between these 2 alpine stitch. You can see the pattern that you are doing vice versa stitches, which gives you a very good shape and texture. Now I'm going to insert my hook under this one, just pull and do your stitch. 1, skip 1 and do a half double crochet, work in between these stitches, then skip 1, do half double crochet in the next, then work in between these 2, then skip 1 and do half double crochet, 2 half double crochet. Now you have done these 2, which equals these 2 here. Now you are going to work in here, skip 1, do the next one. Now continue doing this step 1, do 1 until you do 3 alpine stitch, 1 2 3, and then do 3 half double crochet. Now you have reached this other border. I'm going to do under this alpine stitch a modified alpine stitch and do my last, and in my row always end the row with 3 half double crochet. 1 2 and 3. Now this is what it should look like, and you just stretch your work like this. So this is how it should look like. You have here this row which marks the border for your variation inside here, and this is the border. Here you have 3 half double crochet, 3 half double crochet, and in between you have these 3 alpine, 2 half double, 3 alpine. Now the next row, 3 alpine, 2 alpine, 3 other alpine, and of course in between you have 1 half double crochet, and you just repeat this row here, the first alpine row, 3 alpine, 2 half double, then 3 alpine. Now I'm going to finish my unit with a row of half double crochet slip stitch. Sorry, I used the wrong hook. Now chain 1, turn your work, half double crochet, slip stitch, use the last one, just pull through these other 2. Now finish all this. Now I have reached the end of my row, and I'm going to do my last stitch here. Like this, chain 1 and turn, you have this shape. Now I'm going to repeat from row 1 until I reach this row. I'm doing 2 rows of half double crochet, then the third row I'm going to start my alpine stitch. Now as you can see, I have finished my 3 units repetition. This is the first repetition and the second one and the third one. I'm going to start doing my border. I chain 1 and mark this chain here, so I will end up in here. Then I'm going to do a half double crochet for this border for the square. Now I have reached the end of my row, and I'm going to do here in the last one 3 half double crochet to finish it, and just slip stitch in this one I have made, the first one. Just cut the yarn and I will measure it with you. So this is how my square should look like. You can see these half double stitches here, and just stretch it a little bit and just measure eight inches here, and just almost 8. Now if you do have any question, just write them in the comment section or the Facebook group. I will be more than glad to answer all your questions and all your comments. If you like the video, please don't forget to like and subscribe to support the channel. Thank you, and see you in the next video.